So check this out. Pomp makes a tweet. Argentina banned the use of Argentinian credit cards to purchase rides from Uber. Uber responded by allowing users to purchase rides with Bitcoin. No government can stop or kill Bitcoin. More companies will begin using Bitcoin to fight back against corruption. And corruption really isn't that strong of a word, is it? I mean, it's why a lot of us are drawn to the cryptocurrency movement, as we see a lot of the corruption across many governments, not just ones like Argentina, and throughout the banking system. And you could even carry that over to the conversation of the financial collapse in 2008. A lot of us are drawn to cryptocurrency and Bitcoin because it really limits the corruption that governments can, and the politicians can bring into influencing the free market in a way that really doesn't serve us. So what else does this say? I mean, this is kind of a big deal. You might say, well, it's just Argentina. You know, well, what it does is it forces Uber to create new teams, new solutions, new approaches to taking Bitcoin and thinking about it and creating management and processes to do it, which can be expanded out throughout the world. So when we talk about mass adoption of Bitcoin and when's that going to happen, guys, it's happening right before our eyes. And if you're old enough to think back to the late 90s, even the mid 90s, even the early 2000s, you would hear smart people, so-called smart people on the news, talking about how these internet business models would never become significant, would never become profitable. And of course, now you've got Amazon buying up Whole Foods and putting book companies out of business. Bottom line is, it's a repeat of history, but even on a grander scale. We see the signs all around us just like we did then. The mass adoption takes place in incremental steps. And it's things like this that create the big mass adoption. But it's not going to just be one day you wake up and you have mass adoption. How many of you remember when Netflix only delivered their DVDs in the mail? I remember wanting to buy Netflix stock when it was super cheap, mega cheap, before anyone thought the model would be successful, and all these smart people on the news were saying that the model would never succeed. Back then we had Blockbuster Video in Hollywood dominating. Guys, it was obvious to me then, but I didn't listen to my instincts. And it's obvious now. You see the signs everywhere just as we did back then. For those of you who are old enough, you'll remember that. The mass adoption is coming. This event with Uber, responding to, Argentina banning the use of Argentinian credit cards to purchase rides from Uber by allowing them to use Bitcoin, and having that be allowing them to continue to operate is just one small example of the many things that are happening every day right under our noses and right in our faces. And if you're part of the mainstream who isn't seeing it yet, like if you're just coming across this video and just starting to recognize it, guys, you're not too late to the game. It's just like the internet was many, many years ago when people didn't believe or didn't know, when really we knew. The signs were all around us, and they're here now. That's all. That's all for today. I'm going to continue to report on things that come up like this. Typically, my channel is dedicated towards, for those that follow me, typically, I talk about how you can generate Bitcoin with conservative, legitimate means through a business that I do. And if you're interested in that, you can find the link below and check that out. Pretty powerful for those that are interested in following that. Subscribe to my channel. I have more topics about that. And like this, just to keep it in front of you, yes, the mass adoption is coming, and things like this just continue to remind us it's happening already right now.